Hi guys, how are you? If you're new here, welcome. Thanks for joining me today. My name is Tanya and I am a new mum who basically talks about ways to earn money at home and to look at, fun things to do with our kids. If you're back here for a second time, thank you so much for joining me again. It's so nice to have you and I really hope this video has something to offer you. So if you hear some little baby noises, it's just because Kiana is sitting here beside me. Kiana is my 5-month-old, for anyone who doesn't know. She's gorgeous and she's currently playing with her Sophie doll, so she could just start squeaking that or make some noise any second now. But anyway, we'll have a go at this video and see if we can get through them. Won't we? Yeah, we will. Yeah, Mum's being silly again, making more videos. So as you would have gathered from the thumbnail, this video is basically going to talk to you a little bit about how you can make some money while you're on maternity leave or while you're at home for whatever reason. During the pandemic, it's been quite difficult for some people, and so this may help you in, making some money from home in the long run, hopefully. So for those that don't know me, my traditional job is as a high school teacher. So I'm a high school English teacher. I also teach Spanish. There she goes. And, recently in the last couple of years, I got a job as a head teacher of English as a second language and languages. So that's sort of my career. And obviously about 14 months ago, I fell pregnant, and 5 months ago, Kiana came along. And so now I'm on maternity leave. So for half of 2021 and half of 2022, I've taken that year off work, and I have decided to spend this time at home with Kiana. Now, for people that really know me well, I don't like to be doing nothing. And so while Kiana was really little and a newborn, I wanted to be able to sort of explore some ideas of doing things for me and maybe making some money from home, a little bit of extra cash, especially because my wage had been halved because I was taking half pay on maternity leave. So these were kind of things that I wanted to get interested in. It's why I started making these YouTube clips, because I have a little bit of extra time and I'm very lucky. She's a really, really good baba. And so I have plenty of time to kind of explore these extra things, which is fabulous. So I guess that's what I've been doing for, these last sort of 3 months, probably. The first 2, I did nothing except for be her mum and really learn how to do that. And then these last 3 months, I've been spending a bit more time kind of doing things for myself, playing around on my computer, trying to figure out how to make money from home. And of course, loads of people have videos on the internet that tell you how you can do this, and they either seem like a hoax or they seem, really difficult to achieve. So I had a bit of time up my sleeve and I thought, well, why not? I'll test some of them out and see how I go. So this is not the only video on making money at home that I'm going to do. I've been trying a few different things, so I will, probably make a series of videos on this. But I thought I would start with the first one that is, has made me the most amount of money so far and looks like it could be quite promising. So, I'm here today to talk to you guys about Rev.com. And I'm imagining if you're here, you've heard of Rev.com anyway. But basically, Rev.com is a transcription service or a captions service. So, hello. And in some cases, a translation service as well. So I decided to watch a few YouTube clips about, a month ago. No, a bit more than that. 6 weeks ago. Hello. And while I was watching one of these YouTube clips, a woman mentioned that she had started doing some transcription for Rev.com. So transcription in the way of, there's videos that this company have, or there's also audio files that this company have, and you have to listen to them and then type what's being said out. And I've got to be honest with you, I thought straight away, I could do that. Easy. Because my job as an English teacher kind of implies that my understanding of the English language is quite good. I have to type for work, so I can type fairly well. I'm computer literate, all of these types of things. So I was like, yeah, I could probably do that. And so I paused the video, jumped online, and I went to rev.com. And I started to understand that you had to do a grammar quiz. And if you passed the grammar quiz, you were supposed to hear within sort of a week of whether or not they accepted you into their program. It sounds pretty simple. Hello. So I did the grammar test, and sure enough, I think anyone who is an English speaker would probably get most of the questions correct. And so easily passed. So after you've done the grammar quiz, you then have to sort of complete an example transcription, and that example transcription goes off and is evaluated, and if you've done a good enough job in that section, then they'll let you know that you got in. And then it was sort of just a wait to see if I was going to get into this program or not. Now, it was supposed to take, there were people online saying it took 2 days. There were other people online saying it took them a week. I didn't hear anything back for 6 weeks. And to be honest, after about 3 weeks, I kind of gave up. I was like, I mustn't have made it. Oh, well, not going to get rich here. Yeah. But yesterday, I was sitting here at home, and sure enough, on my phone, I had an email that said, congratulations, you've been accepted into rev.com. Please sign up and, you can get started. So I followed the link on the email, and I signed up, and, you have to prove your identity and then kind of do a face scan and all sorts of things. But once you've done that, it is pretty straightforward. You get through, and then they tell you that you are a rookie. So as a rookie, you have to complete 45 minutes of audio transcription. So you're listening for 45 minutes. You're listening to 45 minutes worth of audio, and then you're transcribing that. Now, I'm going to be really honest with you. 45 minutes of audio does not take 45 minutes to complete. In my case, it takes a heck of a lot longer. And so I don't want to make out like this is easy, because I've seen so many clips where people say, oh, this is such an easy way to make money. And, it is. There's money in my account already. I have completed only a few. I was in since yesterday, and, I can see that I have made money. But, if you're a native speaker, your grammar better be good. You have to punctuate and spell things correctly, and be willing to do some research as well about name brands and company names, people's names, things that you may not know. You've got to have an interest in getting the job done in a specific time period, because every job has a time limit that you can kind of do it for, I suppose. Like they want it done within 4 hours, and so you have to be able to complete it in that time period. Or your rating will go down, and if your rating goes down, then rev.com can just kick you off at any time. So I guess the aim is that you want your rating to stay up as high as it can be, and in that case, you really need to make sure that you've, done the best job possible in transcribing their item, whether it be a video or an audio file. So we're not allowed to talk about the files that you have a look at, but I can say they are interesting, and they range in topics. So, you can potentially choose what you want to work on. Sorry, she's kind of like spitting on the dummy that's in her mouth and making funny noises. What are you doing? Hey? What are you doing? So at the beginning of your time as a rookie, you're given options. So I think my first one, I was only given one. So I had to complete that to move on. And the second time I was given 3 options. And then in those 3 options, I did one, the one which I found to be the easiest to understand. And then I was suddenly offered a whole heap to choose from. And so I picked one that I felt more comfortable with. I think now I've done 3 in total. So I picked one that I thought I felt more comfortable with. You know, I looked for a topic that I thought I'd be interested in because I thought it would help make the time pass. Yeah, and it does, but it is a lot more difficult than what I imagined because you need to, you know, accents are hard of any description. I'm Australian, and so I have an accent, and obviously anything else I hear, an American, a British person, someone from overseas, it's an accent. So even just trying to work out difference. Even just trying to work out the difference in, you know, the way we say things can be complicated sometimes. Now, the things that I've done already are yet to be graded, but, you know, you get paid as soon as you've done it, or at least they tell you what you've made as soon as you've done it, and then it starts adding up in sort of an account. And that money will then be paid to me on a weekly basis. Now, is this a get-rich-quick scheme? Absolutely not. Quite the opposite. Like, you've got to work to get money. And like in my case, I was working for 4 hours last night, and the pay was certainly not what I am used to. And so I think I need to get better at it so that I can make more money, because I can see that people are making money, but I'm a bit slow and I want to be, you know, really want to put things in perfectly. So I'm a bit of a perfectionist at the moment, and I think that's a good thing, but it does take a bit more time. So I guess that begs the question of how do you get paid? Well, Rev.com pay you per minute of audio that you transcribe. So depending on the file that you work on, the price will change. And that's because of the length of the file. It's also because of how much you get paid for that file. So some files that I've looked at have ranged from 30 cents, it's US dollars, so 30 cents. And so far I've seen them as high as 65 cents, I think. But they go higher. So as a rookie, you sort of start on this level. And then when you get to be a rever, which is the next stage, which I'm not at yet, but I hope to be at by the end of tonight. So the rever stage, you get a bit more money, or they offer jobs with more money. And then I think there's a rever plus level as well. There's a 3rd level, and that 3rd level apparently pays much better. And so, yeah, hopefully one day I might get there. So I'm not giving up yet, you see, so it is good. So yeah, getting back to how you get paid. So you get paid per minute, and then at the end, like there'll be an amount there at the beginning that'll tell you this is what you'll get at the end of the file, like when you've completed it. So the first one, I think I only made like $2 on or something. But yeah, it's interesting. They give you kind of the amount at the beginning, so you can choose if you want to make a lot or a little, if you want to do a quick one or a long one, so it can really fit into your time schedule as well. You might be wondering if it's something you could do with a child around. It's not really. So you need to be giving your full attention to it, because you have time limits to meet. And you know, it's best to do it with a headset, so I wouldn't be able to hear her screaming or calling out to me. She's not a screamer, but you know, just making these noises. So no, it's not doable in the hours that you are with your bubba, but you most certainly could do it while they're sleeping, or you could do it hello. Yeah, hello. She loves attention. Hello. Hello. Or you could do it while they're sleeping in the evenings if you've got the energy to do it. So So you also have to have a PayPal account, because that's how Rev.com pay you. So once you've made the money, every Monday they pay you into your PayPal account, and then you can withdraw it into your normal bank account the way you would with PayPal. And so, yeah, it's a pretty genuine way to make, well, it is a genuine way to make money. Is it easy to make the money? Yeah, once you've completed it, you know straight away what you're getting. And I have heard, I can't, admit to it yet, but every Monday the money goes in without fail, and it's known to be a really good company for that. So absolutely, it's a way you can make money at home. Is it easy? I'm going to say no, because the jobs are hard and they take longer than what you think. And so, in my opinion, the pay rate is fairly low for the time it takes me to complete a job and complete it well. But I think other people have more success, and I think with the time that I've been doing it, which has only been a day, I can definitely improve in the future. It's just a matter of practice. So, yeah, am I going to stick to it? Absolutely I am for now, yeah. And I'm going to tell you why. So for me, one of the reasons that I want to make this money working from home or working online is because my partner is from overseas, from Brazil. And so in the future, who knows if one day we might be, I don't know, spending some time over in Brazil. So I'm going to want to make some money while I'm there. And so this is something that if I can get the knack of and if I can see that it would work, then it's potentially something that I can do in the future. Now, Rev.com don't care like how often you do it. So if I did it yesterday and then didn't do it again for another year, I am still a rookie rever at the moment, and hopefully a rever tonight. And therefore I can pick it up again in a year's time if I want to. The only thing I have to be careful of is that I am, always completing work to a high standard and keeping in line with Rev's rules for that. There's lots of places around the world where I guess wages are a lot lower than what we're used to in Australia and even in the United States. So I think, if you could get this going well, if you got into it and you felt comfortable transcribing these audio files, then there's a real possibility for kind of an at-home job in that. So I guess we're going to get to how much I've actually made. And I told you already that I spent most of last night doing this. And to be honest, I've made $11. So it's not a lot of money, particularly because there were hours put in last night. It was not just 1 hour. In total, I would say I at least transcribed for about 3 hours. So if we broke that $11 down, we're not looking too great. We're around, not even $4 an hour. But as I've said to you already, I think it's because I'm so new and I'm nervous about doing something wrong or going too quick and speeding through. And so I think there's potential for that to increase. I've watched a few people talk about this on YouTube, and they say they're earning around about $15 an hour. I'm not sure if I'd be able to do that because, it's a little difficult. It's more difficult than I imagined. Oh, she's woken up. So guys, it's the next day and I'm so excited to let you know that I am now a rever. Woo! Yay! So yeah, I did work last night. And again, it took me a long time to do what I was trying to get done, which was just, I think I actually did 2 videos last night. One which was about 20 minutes and the other one was about 6. So I woke up this morning and then I had an email from them saying, congratulations, you're now a rever. I also had some feedback regarding the the marking that they did on the things that I've put in so far, and I'm just going to say that they are extremely strict, and I think I'm going to do a whole nother video on that later on. Thankfully my scores are where they need to be right now, which is great, and I need to try and maintain that as best as I can, because I'm really aware, I do know that they will kick you off if it goes below their like required level, which I guess is fair enough, but their required level is really, really high. So yeah, hopefully I can maintain it and I can keep, working with this. I did want to say to you, one of the reasons I mentioned the whole maybe using this and working in Brazil type thing. I've been, as I said to you before, listening to loads of YouTube clips, lots of whom come from South Africa. And I'm guessing that in some countries where the US dollar to like their native dollar is, it's quite different. So for example, at the moment, I think with the Australian dollar, the Brazilian real is like, it's 4 reais about to 1 Australian dollar. So it makes a real difference when I'm earning in American dollars. If I'm in Brazil, for example, if I'm in Australia, let's be honest, it's probably more effective for me to have a job here in Australia and not this particular online job. But if I'm at the time in Brazil and spending sort of months on end there, it's a really great potential source of earning because I'm paid in American dollars, which when exchanged into Brazilian reais is quite substantial compared to the minimum wage there. So for example, most people in Australia probably wouldn't expect to earn much less than sort of $20 an hour, and that's without any type of university degree. Or $20 an hour is your general, yep, I'm willing to work and start at this level. And let's be frank, that's a lot. Like, it's a really good wage in Australia compared to many places in the world. Of course, in Australia, the wage goes even higher than that. But for many people, around the world, $20 an hour is wow. So this type of job for Australians, I'm just not sure that they would do it because A, it's really hard, and B, at the moment, I mean, I've only been doing it for 2 days, but the wage is really low per hour. So after doing the jobs last night, I now have, going into my PayPal account on Monday, $22.80, I think it is, American, which I worked out to be around $30 to $31 Australian. And if I change that into Brazilian reais, it's 130 odd reais, which is much better for me. So I'm going to think of it like this, as if I'm buying cocktails. If I was buying a cocktail here in Australia, the cost of the cocktail would be around about $15. So far I have 2 cocktails in the way of Australian money. But in Brazil, if I was buying a cocktail on the beach, it's going to cost me around about 20 reais. So in Brazil, I have at least 6 cocktails. It makes a big difference. So yeah, that's how I'm thinking of it. It's cocktail money. Got time to save up some cocktail money. Just kidding. Probably be used in all sorts of ways, but certainly shopping money. So yeah, ultimately, do I think rev.com is something that you should give a go? Yes, absolutely. Give it a go. Particularly if you think that your English is of a fairly high standard, why not give it a go? But perhaps give it a go with a little bit of caution. So for me, I know that I'm doing it. I know that now I can make a little bit of money. I know that if I don't do it for a while, I can try and do it if I'm in Brazil. And look, I'm still deciding on what I might actually do with it. But at the moment, I'm also really aware that they can just kick me off at any time. And so I can't bank on it as an income source. But for the meantime, give it a go. Why not? And I am going to keep you posted. I will let you know sort of the feedback that I received as well, but that's in another video. And then further down the track, I'll keep you posted as to how I'm going in a month's time, if I'm still on there, if they're still accepting me, if I feel like it's successful, all of that sort of stuff. Okay, so I hope this has helped you. I hope that it's encouraged you to go and either sign up or at least look into it. And I hope that you will like the video if you enjoyed the information, because it certainly helps my channel with the YouTube algorithm. And if you haven't already done so, please subscribe. There'll be more videos like this and plenty about other ways on how to make money. I'm only just getting started, so if you found this video useful, I promise there'll be more like it in the future. Bye for now.